Shnyadatat karambujam kalahi vitrashta tiyam kritabhayam. When Lord Nrsingadev saw the small boy, Prahlad Maharaj, prostrated at the soles of his lotus feet, he became most ecstatic in affection toward his devotee. Raising Prahlad, the Lord placed his lotus hand upon the boy's head, because his hand is always ready to create fearlessness in all of his devotees. Purport. The necessities of the material world are four: ahara, nidra, bhai, and maitun: eating, sleeping, defending, and mating. In this material world, everyone is in fearful consciousness, sada samudvignatiyam, and the only means to make everyone fearless is Krishna consciousness. When Lord Nrsingadev appeared, all the devotees became fearless. The devotee's hope of becoming fearless is to chant the holy name of Lord Nrsingadev. Yato yato yami tato Nrsinga. Wherever we go, we must always think of Lord Nrsingadev. Thus, there will be no fear for the devotee of the Lord. So, looking at this verse, Swapadamule patitam tadarbakam vilokya deva. The context here is that the demigods had all offered eloquent prayers to Lord Nrsingadev, and Lord Nrsingadev was not satisfied. He was roaring, he was angry. And so finally Brahma pushed Prahlad forward. You try to pacify the Lord. He's come on your account. You please try. So Prahlad Maharaj thought that all of these great demigods have spoken so nicely. I'm just the son of a demon and I'm just a child. What can I do? But then he remembered that an elephant in distress had offered prayers to the Lord, and the Lord had saved him. So Prahlad thought that, well, at least I'm a human being, let me try. So Prahlad Maharaj came forward and offered his dandavats, and Deva, Lord Nrsingadev, Vilokya, saw that this boy is there at his lotus feet, Swapadamule, patitam, fallen on the ground. Arbicum. Arbicum means a child. And Prabhupada said naturally one has affection for children. The older men or older people can do things and people just scoff, but a child, everyone thinks, oh, it's so nice. The same thing that you might get punched for. If you were an adult, if you're a child, everybody goes, oh. So there's natural affection for a child. And particularly this child was very dear to Lord Nrsingadev because he was completely surrendered, completely devoted, Krishna conscious. So from that point of view, the devotee is like the pet child of the Lord. Prabhupada explains someplace, Bhagavad Gita, that one is naturally equal toward everyone, but for one's own children, one has special affection. So that's there also in Krishna. He has, what is that? Samaham sarvabhuteshu name dveshosti na priyaha. He's equal toward everyone, no favorites, no enemies. but ye bhajanti tumam bhaktya maite te shuchapyam. If someone's my devotee, then I'm in his heart, he's in my heart. So the Lord had special affection for Prahlad. And kripaya paripluta. Paripluta means he was, paripluta means afflicted, but in context here, touched. Kripaya, with affection, with mercy. The Lord became touched. And Utapya touched Chirshnya Adatat Karambujam. The Lord personally lifted him up and put his lotus hand, Kara Ambujam, on the boy's head. Prabhupada was speaking about Lord Nrsingadev's lotus palm. Tava kara kamala bare nakam adbhuta. The prayer is, O my Lord Nrsingadev, your kara, your hand, is like a lotus, kamala, ambuja, kamala means a lotus. Your hand is like a lotus. Tabakara kamala bhare. But it's very unnatural, adbhuta, very astonishing, that in the lotus there are sharp nails. Nakam means nails. Tabakara kamala bhare nakam adbhuta shringam. If you pick up, if you pick a rose, you can expect that there'll be thorns on the side, but a lotus is soft, but in this lotus, Lord Nrsingadev's lotus hand, there are sharp nails. Dalita Hiranyakashipu, just to kill Hiranyakashipu. So, but the same paws, really, we say lotus hands, but paws or lotus hands, depending on the painting you're looking at, they're very dangerous with these sharp nails. But for the cubs of the lion, they're very nice. So Srila Sridhar Swami is the original commentator on Srimad Bhagavatam, and he's particularly, his Ishtadevata, his worshipable deity, is Lord Nrsingadev. So he has a prayer in which he says that Lord Nrsingadev is very dangerous for the demons. Very dangerous for the demons. But he's very kind and gentle to his devotees like Prahlad. Now this is the nature of Lord Nrsingadev. Parachanaya sadhunam vinashaya chadushkritam. He's ripping apart the demon Hiranyakashipu. But that same dangerous hand with sharp nails in it is very kind and gentle to his cub or his pet devotee, Prahlad Maharaj. So the Lord lifted up Prahlad Maharaj and put his lotus hand on the boy's head. We recall that Druva Mars, with Druva Mars, the Lord behaved similarly. The Lord appeared before Druva after Druva's great austerities, and seeing the Lord, the Druva Mars became speechless, he became stunned, he was just in ecstasy, he couldn't say anything. And then the Lord put his hand, his palm, on Dhruva's head, blessing. And then Druva Mars spoke beautiful prayers glorifying the Lord. So here also, the Lord has placed his hand on Prahlad's head, and Prahlad will proceed to offer very eloquent prayers to Lord Nrsingadev. And that will be explained in the Bhagavatam. The Kalahi Vitrashtatiyam Krita Abhayam, and his Karambuja, his lotus hand, is described as Krita Abhayam, giving fearlessness. The Prabhupada explained of these four principles, yes, you can say principles of that the human beings have in common with the animals: eating, sleeping, mating, and fearing. We say defending. Ahara, nidra, bhaya. Bhaya means defending or fearing. Maitunamcha, and sex. Of these four, which is the most prominent? Fearing. You'd think sex, right? But no, Prabhupada says fearing. Of all the four, fearing is the most prominent. And we see that even in the animals. Like a little bird, you scatter some crumbs, and the birds come and they're eating, but they eat like this. They're always looking to see whether someone is coming to attack them. Am I safe? Can I eat this next morsel without getting attacked? And in human society also, always in fear. Sada samud vigna diya, always in anxiety, in fear. And it goes from the grand scale to small scale, or small scale to small scale fears. Are my teeth yellow? Do I have body odor? Will I get this? Did I say the wrong thing? Am I in trouble? What about this? What about that? I have a pain here. Is it the beginning of something serious? Always in anxieties. Sada sumud vigna. Samud vigna. Udvigna means agitated, disturbed. Samud vigna. Thoroughly, utterly disturbed. When? Sada, always. Sada samud vigna tiya. Asatgrahat, because we've turned away from Krishna, turned away from the supreme eternal reality, and we're grasping at that which is asat. Asat, one meaning is bad. We're grabbing for something bad. It's bad and you're grabbing for it. How stupid is that? But asatgrahat, we're grasping onto something bad. But the more general meaning, or more usual meaning of asat is temporary, or not real. Prabhupada explains in the Bhagavad Gita that when we say that something is not real, it means it doesn't perpetually exist. If something's real, it's always existing. And if something's not always existing, then it's not real. The soul is real because it always exists, and the body isn't real because it's like a dream. It exists for a few moments and then it disappears. So we're turning away from Krishna and trying to hold on to something which isn't real, which doesn't exist, which can't endure. So we're eternal and we're trying for happiness in the reflection of eternity, not in actual eternity. And therefore we're always in anxiety. We're always in fear. Among other reasons, we're a batch of thieves. We're stealing Krishna's property and trying to enjoy. The thieves are always in fear. Are the cops going to find out? Are they going to get us? Are they after us? Plus, they're in fear of one another. Is this one going to kill me and take my share? This is the material world, that we place ourselves in a fearful condition. And we spoke about the little fears, the fears of our own personal, imaginary, or semi-imaginary, but actually imaginary issues. And then you get to the global issues, you get to wars, you get to pandemics, you get to the environment collapsing, you get to all these huge, major fear sources, terrorism and nuclear war and so on. So we're always in fear. Big fear, medium-sized fear, large-scale fear. But the lotus palms of Lord Nrsingadev are krita abhaya. They give fearlessness. Kalahi vitrashta dhyam. To those whose minds are vitrashta, always in fear of kala ahi. Ahi, we were hearing earlier, is a snake. And here, kala ahi. Kala means time. The snake of time. Which in its final form means death. Kalosmi. What is that? Loka kshayakrit pravriddho. The Lord, as the universal form says, I'm time and I've come to destroy everyone. Loka pravriddho. Kshayakrit, to destroy everyone. We're all in anxiety, and in one sense that anxiety is justified because we're all going to die. Everything's going to be taken, all our fears will be realized, everything will be taken away, our homes, our money, our family, our bodies, everything will be ripped away from us. What could be more fearful? But so the minds of the world, people of the world, are full of fear of this snake of time, this deadly snake. And why is a snake fearful? Okay, let it bite me, but if it bites me, I'll die. No one wants to die. But for one who's taken shelter of Lord Nrsingadev, there's no fear. Krita abhayam. He gives fearlessness. Because the Rakshasyatiti Vishvasho, the devotee has confidence. The Lord will protect me. Lord will protect me doesn't necessarily mean no one can shoot me, no one can cut me, no one can kill me. No one can kill me in this sense that nahanyate hanyamane shirire. Who can kill me? I'm eternal. You know, but they have a, anyway, yeah, kids in at least in America, I don't know what it is elsewhere, but they have like a gesture. Right? It means do what you want, I don't care, can't scare me. So a devotee knows, I'm not this body, what can you do to me? You can't kill me. You can't kill me. And for the materialist, death means everything miserable, everything terrible, everything that we run away from at any cost. Literally, in the last months, people spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars to put off death for another week. They're so afraid. A cousin of mine, he was like a brother. He died about a year back, and I went to see him at the end, but we spoke, and he was sort of a materialist, sense enjoyer, Buddhist, you know, and very intelligent person, you know, sort of very sharp mind. But he was diagnosed with a sort of sudden appearance of cancer and, you know, quick acting. And he told me, he said, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. For all the exterior bravado at the end, I'm afraid. But the Krishna conscious person is fearless. Krishna conscious person can be fearless. That Krishna will protect me. And as Kadamba Mars said, death means change of service. Change of service. So, from that point of view, this is the kindness of Lord Nrsingadev. Who can be a better master than Krishna, Lord Nrsingadev? What is that? Praharshaya Shyami Sanata Jivitam. Bhavantam Evanu Suran Nirantara Prashanta Nishesha Manoratantara Kadaham Aikantaka Nitya Kinkara Praharshaya Shyami Sanata Jivitam. It's either, is it Jamunacharya Kulashekar prays that Bhavantame Bhanucharan Nirantara. When will I always be engaged in devotional service? Then Prashanta Nishesha Manoratantara. The mind is always going and going and going and going. People are afflicted, they're taking medicines because they can't sleep, because their minds are always going. Day and night, the mind is going and going and going. What about this? What about that? What about this? What about that? Manoratantara, the chariot of the mind, is banging along the road. But Prashanta, Nishesha, that crazy business of the mind can all be subdued, and one can become exceedingly peaceful, prashanta, just like Prahlada, exceedingly happy, exceedingly peaceful. He's getting everything thrown at him by his demonic father. His father is so powerful, and Prahlad's happy. Prahlad is peaceful. So when the devotee prays, when I'm always engaged in devotional service, then my mind will stop afflicting me, the mind will become peaceful. Kadaham aikantika nitya kinkara. When I'm exclusively engaged, when jnana karmadya navritam, when I'm done with karma kanda, sense gratification, mental speculation, aikantika bhakti, when I'm exclusively engaged in devotional service, nitya kinkara, as your eternal servant, praharshiyashyami, I'll be so happy. Now I'm miserable. Baraduki. Now I'm in this miserable material existence. But when I'm fully engaged in devotional service, praharshiyashyami, sananta jivita. Just like a dog, sananta means having a master. The dog with no master is miserable. The kid's tormented. Maybe not in this country, but in India, dogs have it really bad. The dogs get, the kids torment the dogs torment one another. The dog has to scrounge around for food. And the sex enjoyment means, again, fighting with other dogs. But when a dog has a master, just like the dogs in this country or America, they have nice masters and they get all the good food and they live in nice warm houses and they have every facility. They go to the beauty parlor, everything is arranged for them. Sanata, because they have a master. So, the Lord Nrsingadev is the master of Prahlad Maharaj, or Krishna is the master in his various forms of all the devotees. So the Lokanata, he's the master of the whole world, or all the people of the world. So let us always take shelter of Lord Nrsingadev, Krishna, and be free from all the fears of material existence.
Sit next to you. Hare Krishna, everyone. Thank you very much for participating in such good numbers in the three presentations. It's, I think, very nice when we listen to pull something out and use it. I would like to now know how the program continues. Abhishek, but are we on time? We are on time. Mm-hmm. Or should we make a little pause, maybe? Yeah. What do you think? Yes. Let us end here because you need a little break. So very soon, in about 15 minutes, we will continue in the Royal Abhishek, where we will make the Lord Nrsingadev the king of our lives. No? Abhishek is given to an emperor, to a king. Hare Krishna. See you. Haribol.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, just a very short announcement. We have this book from Jayadvaita Swami here about the Bhagavad Gita, and I heard it's also very good for inter-religious dialogue.